19 inventors you've never heard of who shaped the world. The innovators who changed life as we know it. Our society has developed dramatically in the past 150 years, with groundbreaking innovations and globally influential companies shaping the way we live today. However, some of the ingenious people behind the products and services we now take for granted have flown firmly under the radar. George Eastman. When George Eastman Wright founded Kodak in 1888, photography was a niche pastime for the rich. His company's development of roll film brought photography to the masses and was instrumental in the invention of motion picture film. According to estimates from Forbes, Eastman was worth $50 million in 1918, the equivalent of over $1 billion in 2024. The inventor is pictured here with Thomas Edison left, who's widely credited with inventing the light bulb. Madam C.J. Walker, considered the first black woman millionaire in America. Madam C.J. Walker created a line of hair care products for black women after her own experiences with a scalp ailment that caused hair loss. Her line of products were part of the Walker system of hair care, which she sold directly to black women. She quickly gained a loyal following, and the success of her business allowed her to accumulate significant wealth before she died in 1919. David Sarnoff. Radio and TV pioneer David Sarnoff saw the potential of radio as a device for broadcasting to the masses. At the time, the technology was being used to communicate information from one individual to another. The prescient entrepreneur went on to develop America's first national radio network, the Radio Corporation of America, RCA. Olive and Beach. American businesswoman Olive and Beach was often referred to as the First Lady of Aviation for her impact on the male-dominated airline industry. She co-founded Beach Aircraft Corporation with her husband Walter Beach in 1932 and played a key role in the company's growth during World War II. When her husband died in 1950, Olive became president and chairman of the company. Over the next 18 years, she catapulted the company to success by launching several aircraft models that saw Beach Aircraft Corporation become an industry leader. Frederick McKinley Jones. The first African American to be awarded the National Medal of Technology. Frederick McKinley Jones invented a method of mobile refrigeration which consisted of a small compressor unit attached to delivery trucks, allowing perishable foods to be transported over long distances. Prior to Jones' invention in 1938, salt and ice were used, an unreliable method that often led to food spoiling before it reached its destination. Jones co-founded the Thermo King Corporation, which produced the mobile refrigeration unit. The business expanded globally and was clocking up annual sales in the region of $1 billion when it was sold in 1997, the equivalent of almost $2 billion in today's money. Ray Kroc, brothers Morris and Richard McDonald launched the first McDonald's restaurant in 1948. However, appliance salesman Ray Kroc turned the business into an international fast food chain. He began a franchise program for the brothers and eventually bought them out in 1961. When Kroc died in 1984, aged 81, his net worth was estimated to be around $500 million, the equivalent of over $1.5 billion in 2020 for money. McDonald's now boasts over 40,000 restaurants worldwide in more than 100 countries. Jerome Lemelson. One of the most influential entrepreneurs you've probably never heard of, inventor and businessman Jerome Lemelson was the originator or co-creator of all sorts of game-changing technologies. From cordless phones, fax machines, and camcorders to automated warehouses and industrial robots. Throughout his lifetime, he gained more than 600 patents. In 1992, 5 years before his death, he founded the Lemelson Foundation with his wife Dorothy, with the aim of inspiring a new generation of inventors. Joseph Woodland and Bernard Silver. Joseph Woodland and Bernard Silver transformed how we shop by inventing the barcode scanning system, which is now used in just about every store in the world. They patented the idea in 1952 and are said to have sold it to electronics company Philco for $15,000. In today's money, that's around $178,000, a tiny sum in comparison to its influence. Silver died in 1963, while Woodland died in 2012. Baron Marcel Bick. Baron Marcel Bick started his company in 1953 after he bought the patent rights to the ballpoint pen created by Hungarian Ladislas Bio. The cheap Société Bic pens flew out of shops and quickly became an international hit. Bic then added disposable razors and lighters to his product line. Société Bic went public and later added other companies to the group. A keen sailor, Bic attempted many times to win the America's Cup. He died in 1994 at the age of 79. His exact net worth was not made public, but he was widely considered to be a multimillionaire. Ole Kirk Christensen. Danish carpenter Ole Kirk Christensen invented one of the world's most loved, enduring, and creative toys, Lego. Well, the Lego company was founded in 1932. The Lego brick in its current plastic interlocking form was launched in 1958, the same year that Ole died. His son took over the business, and the family still owns a 75% stake in the firm, which has since expanded into theme parks, hotels, and movies. It also has a stake in theme park operator Merlin Entertainments. Dan and Frank Carney. Brothers Dan and Frank Carney opened the world's first Pizza Hut in Wichita, Kansas in 1958 after their mother loaned them $600, around $6,500 in 2020 for money. Run as a franchise business, it went international in 1970 and eventually became the largest pizza restaurant chain in the world. The brothers sold their business to PepsiCo in 1977. It's unknown how much they made from the deal in cash or shares, but after 3 years on the board at PepsiCo, Frank, pictured here on the right, went on to become a franchisee at rival pizza chain Papa John's, running more than 120 outlets. Ruth Handler is credited with creating the Barbie doll, which has become one of the most influential and successful toys ever. After her husband, Elliot Handler, founded the Mattel Company in 1945, along with business partner Harold Motson, Ruth quickly assumed a key role in the firm, particularly after identifying a huge gap in the market. One day, when watching her daughter play with paper dolls, Ruth realized that there was a distinct lack of dolls that resembled adults. When it rolled out in 1959, Barbie catapulted the company to success, selling 300,000 dolls in its first year of release. In 2009, Forbes estimated that 1 billion Barbie dolls had been sold since they first came to market. Marie Van Britten Brown and Albert Brown. Concerned by the high levels of property crime in her New York City neighborhood, Marie Van Britten Brown, who was working as a nurse at the time, pretty much created the multi-billion-dollar home security industry. In 1966, along with her husband Albert Brown, she invented the world's first CCTV home security system. The couple were granted a patent in 1969 and went on to win numerous awards for the innovation. Anita Roddick launched the Body Shop in Brighton, England in 1976. Roddick pioneered the idea of selling ethical beauty products that were not tested on animals. Rapid expansion followed, and at the height of its success, there were over 3,000 Body Shop stores in more than 70 countries. In 2006, Roddick sold the Body Shop to L'Oreal for a reported $915 million, the equivalent of over $1.4 billion today. She died in 2007 at the age of 64. John Mackey. Whole Foods has now become a household name thanks to founder John Mackey. One of the most influential advocates in the movement for organic food, the entrepreneur set up his first health food store in 1978. It went on to become a worldwide business. Whole Foods was also the first grocery chain to set standards for the humane treatment of animals. Amazon bought the business for $13.4 billion in 2017, the equivalent of over $17 billion in today's money. Nobutoshi Kihara was a Japanese engineer who worked at Sony. He developed Japan's first cassette recorder and the Betamax video recorder, but is most famous for creating the Sony Walkman, which launched in 1979. This personal stereo system transformed the way people listened to music and became an instant worldwide hit. Kihara remained a Sony employee for his entire career, though it's not known how well he was rewarded for his innovations. He died in 2011, aged 84. Patricia Bath. Born in Harlem, ophthalmologist Patricia Bath worked tirelessly to invent a laser cataract removal device called the Lossifico probe, which she patented in 1988. Bath, who died in 2019, was passionate about tackling loss of vision and other eye problems in the Black community. The entrepreneur also co-founded the American Institute for the Prevention of Blindness. Mark Andreessen and Eric Bina. In 1992, students Mark Andreessen pictured and Eric Bina began developing a web browser called Mosaic. It's widely recognized as one of the world's first web browsers and has forever changed the face of online technology. After releasing the first version in February 1993, the browser gained popularity due to its strong support of multimedia and quick response to user bug reports. In 1994, the company joined forces with the former CEO of Silicon Graphics, James H. Clark, to form the company Netscape. Wim Ubider, in 1998, realizing that there was a need for a form of transport for journeys that were too far to walk but not far enough to drive, Swiss-born Wim Ubider created the first aluminum folding scooter. After a rocky start, Ubider's microscooter is now sold in 80 countries worldwide, and the range has expanded to include models for all ages. Thanks for watching.